I know. 70-year-olds don't do that. In my area, for example, many people lose interest in their late 50s and 60s, but some still remain active and interested. But at one North Florida nursing home, a scandal erupts every few years when seniors, after enjoying early bird discounts at restaurants, begin strolling the streets alone, in pairs or in small groups. Some people play bridge or board games, others find other ways to have fun and have fun. He walked up and kissed his wife, to whom he had been married for 45 years, on the lips. She pushed him away. "What are you doing, Theo? What are you up to?" "Well, I just thought that after a great dinner at your favorite restaurant and dancing at the club, you might want a little luck tonight." "Theo, I asked you to stop bothering me with it. I don't want to have sex, and you never want to just cuddle. Well, you only want to cuddle if it leads to sex. Anyway, I think we just did that recently." Recently, Emma, that was 6 or 8 months ago, or longer. I don't think it's unreasonable to want to do this or try to do this more than twice a year. Hell, the last time we decided to do this, I felt like a pimply guy on his first sexual adventure. Instead of acting like people who had sex thousands of times and produced 4 children, we acted like we barely knew how to do it. You know, use it or lose it. I'm not ready to lose it. Remember, Emma. It didn't bring satisfaction to either of us. It's like any skill. It takes practice. And neither of us can move the same way anymore. If I'm doing something wrong, tell me. If you want to try something different, tell me. The main thing is intimacy. Being together without clothes. And damn, I realize I've lost hair where it's always been. It's appeared where it never was, and where I never wanted it, and I have enough loose skin to make a new suit. Theo, you're still the same sexy guy I met on that loser date so long ago. That's not the point. I know I'm not the size and toughness I used to be, but with the pills I think I can still perform pretty well. And I stay in shape and work out like crazy to look normal for you and do what we love to do. I still love seeing you in your Eva costume, Emma. You're still the hottest girl around and the only one I've ever truly loved. You're still beautiful, darling. Just as beautiful as the girl I got married to. Oh, stop being so dramatic. None of my friends want to do this. Why should I? We had a good run. Isn't that enough? No, I don't think our run should be over. I don't want to sit in my rocking chair on the porch, sip my iced tea, and complain about the weather and the mosquitoes. But think about most of the people who live here. Even though they're our age, they seem a lot older. I don't know. All they seem to want to talk about is politics, bowel movements, who's in the hospital, and who's recently died. Real uplifting conversations. They're not curious about things, they don't want to learn, they don't want to be around young people. Hell, they all go crazy on Halloween. They turn off the lights and pretend they're not at home. I don't want to be like that. I'm not ready to give up and stare at my iPad and divorce court on TV all day. Why does the run have to end? Why not an ultramarathon? You know, dance until you drop. Remember? This is the same problem that our friend had after his wife died a few years ago. He was meeting a nice woman, and all she wanted was to hug and exchange kisses. He told me he was going to visit ladies of the night, but he was so nervous because he was sure that he would be humiliated if he went. Well, Theo, I've already lost it. It's like a desert there. I swear it squeaks when I walk. I'm on hormones. I use this cream like it's going out of style, and I still have a hard time getting pleasure. Sorry. Theo, I had a great time tonight. Please don't ruin it. Sorry to bring this up, but at some point you have to decide whether we are life partners who love each other or lovers who love each other. They are different things, different kinds of relationships. Don't worry, I won't ask any more. Let me know if and when you're in the mood again. I'll go read my book. Theo, please, please don't leave like that. It hurts me when you say things like that. I love you, Theo, more than anything. Damn it, why does he always bring this up? I think he's right. When we were younger, hell, even 10 years ago, if we had an evening like today, we would have been doing this as soon as we got home. At some point, we just lost the desire. My body says, yeah, that's a great idea, but then my mind says, but it's too much like work, and it still won't be much fun. When did it happen? I need something to trigger my desires. Something that will make me want to have sex again, look to the future. Something to be happy about. Something to expect. But what? After church the next day. Hi, Emma. You look especially good today. I think we could make each other very happy, if you know what I mean. Oh, Hugh, stop it. You've been harassing me for a year now. When are you going to give up? Never, Emma. I just know that your old husband doesn't meet your needs, and a woman like you deserves better. Theo suits my needs quite well. At least he would if I let him. I'm sure. Look, what, is he 72, 73 years old, and I'm 60. I'm still in shape. You're still in shape. So let's get together and rock. Nobody has to know, and we don't have to worry about kids and stuff. We'll have fun for one day and see how it goes. If we don't like it, we'll never do it again, and I'll never ask again. But if it's great... Oh, that's enough, Hugh. I need to find my husband and go home. But I'm thinking, maybe something. Someone like Hugh is what I need to get things going. What's the harm? If this gets my engine going again, Theo will be a big winner. If he is as good as he says, it will be a victory for me, for Theo, and for Hugh. What could be wrong with this? It's not like he ruined it or anything like that. No permanent changes. Besides breaking my marriage vows, cheating on your husband for the first time ever, and say yes to Hugh when I always say no to Theo. Of course, if he finds out, he won't divorce me. Not after 45 years. Isn't it so? No, never. And even though the area is mostly retired and elderly and home all the time, there's no reason why anyone would ever know. Is it true? We'll be careful. I'll go home, send Theo to get something, and think about it. Later. Theo, I'm out of coffee creamer. Can you go to the store and buy some so I can drink my afternoon cup? And there are a few other things on the list, if that's okay. No problem. Why don't you come with me, and we can stop for ice cream on the way? Sorry, Theo. I have a headache, and I need to close my eyes a little, okay? Of course. See you later. She fell asleep and did not hear Theo return home. Well, what do we have here? She is still lying on the bed. I'll let her sleep. And he closed the door behind him. Crap. I fell asleep. I'm still lying here with no pants and toys around. Crap. Theo is home, and the door is closed. He saw me. She got dressed and timidly walked towards the living room. Thanks for coming to the store for me, Theo. Well, looks like someone was busy while I was gone. Just trying to start a fire for us, Theo. In fact, why don't you come back here and see if we can make him happy? What do you think of the plan? Of course, I might need to go to the store more often. 2 weeks later, damn. All I do is think about Hugh every day. Maybe it really is, use it or lose it. And I don't want to lose anymore. Damn it, I will do it. Theo will never know, and he will appreciate the new me. Hugh, it's Emma. I'd like to accept your offer, but no one should ever know. This should just be between the two of us, and it'll only be this one time, okay? Of course, Emma, I won't tell anyone, and I promise I won't bother you again. Never, unless you want, of course. When? Where? I have to be at our knitting class on Thursday at 9, and it usually lasts until noon or so. Is that okay? That way Theo won't suspect. I always walk, so we can't meet somewhere I have to go. By car. And I never go shopping without Theo, so I don't know how I could meet you any other time. So I could just walk to your house, but you have to let me right in. In fact, leave the door open so I can just walk in. That'll reduce the chance of someone seeing me. Does that sound okay? Yes. Other ideas? Great. But anytime, anywhere would be great. Maybe you'd better meet me at the hotel. We could work that out. No, your seat will be fine. See you at 8:45 or so. The door is open. Got it. I can't wait. It's going to be great for both of us. On Thursday, she dressed better than usual, clothes that are easy to take off, and her new chic and very small lingerie set that she bought online. She already felt sexy just from the anticipation. She was really excited and looking forward to the future. Theo, I'm going to see Lydia. I'll probably stay for coffee, so I won't be back until this afternoon. She wanted to discuss some things. Okay, honey, have fun. God, you look great. This made her feel a pang of guilt. She dressed for Hugh, not Theo. See you when you get home. God, this is possibly the longest walk of my life. I'm so nervous. Maybe I should give up and tell him I've changed my mind. No, damn it, I'm going to do that. I'll do this for myself, and I'll do it for Theo. He deserves better from me. She walked straight into Hugh's house. He hugged her and led her into the living room, closing the door behind her. I think I've already decided on this. I'm really going to do this. I feel a little guilty, but not as much as I expected. I am so excited. I can already feel how everything is coming to life and getting ready. How I missed this feeling of anticipation. Dear God, I'm really going to do this. Would you like something to drink, Emma? What can I do to make you comfortable? Just hold me and tell me everything will be okay. Hugging her. Everything will be great, Emma. We can stop any time you want. We can do as much as you want. Just say stop if you get uncomfortable. No pressure, okay? Now, can I kiss you? She nodded. She pushed aside all thoughts of Theo and their 45 years of marriage and became completely absorbed in the moment. She then went home around 1 p.m. Crap. I'll have to shower as soon as I get home and throw away these underwear. I hope Theo is busy. But Theo was in the living room and saw her return. She's walking a little strange. I hope she's okay. Hi, honey. How was the meeting? She thought. Damn. Oh, everything was fine. Same thing. Lots of gossip, but women do wonderful things. They're a talented group. My stuff always looks like amateur work compared to theirs. I'm feeling a little sick, Theo. I'm going to go take a quick shower and then take a little nap, okay? Of course, dear. Should I bring you anything? No, no. I just feel dirty and exhausted. He noticed that she was avoiding looking him in the eyes. She looked at the floor the entire conversation. Her face looks like she has irritation from her beard. And what is that smell? Crap. So, after 45 years, our marriage is over. I'm not man enough for her, so she found someone else. Well, it just makes me happy. But damn, she didn't even give me a chance to fight for her. I always imagined how I would feel if I caught her cheating, and I was wrong. So wrong. This is worse. Much worse. He started crying. Tears streamed down his face as he knocked on the bathroom door and said, Emma, I'm going away for a while. I'll be back in the evening. Let's eat while I'm gone. He quickly called. Lydia, hi, how are you? This is Theo. Is Emma still there? I need to talk to her for a minute. Oh, she didn't come today? No. I don't know why she didn't come. I think she had something to do. Thank you. Well, now there is no doubt left. Now I just need to find out who it is. I'll contact a lawyer and start dividing things up. Prepare for disassembly. Why, after 45 years, did she do this? God, this is weird. Theo never leaves like that. Could he have really found out something? I don't want to lose him, and I will make him very happy again. But damn, it was great. I definitely have to do this again with Hugh. It was too wonderful not to repeat. But how can I do this without getting caught? Like most long married men of his generation, his wife had many girlfriends, and he, the husband, had a wife. With several acquaintances on the side, no one he could talk to or share his pain with. Of course, I couldn't call the children. That left Jack, so he went to the bar. For the first time in probably 40 years, I stayed there until I got drunk and then went home. What the hell, Theo? You've been drinking. What's gotten into you? No, no, no. He can't know. How could he know? It must just be a coincidence. Oh, I was just watching the game. I always believed in our home team, but things weren't going well. Bad decisions, the team looked like they wanted to give everything away for free. They tried a few sneaky moves, and none of them worked. Well, okay. I feel exhausted and tired. My head is starting to hurt. I'll take a shower and go to bed. See you in the morning. And he left her to worry and worry about what his words meant. Sunday after church. Hi, Emma. How are you? Great sermon, isn't it? Yes, Steve. Do you think there was something special about her for you? No. You know, Emma, I think you're a very beautiful woman. And well, if you ever feel like Theo isn't meeting all your needs, maybe I can help. Steve, you're married. Well, sure, but my wife said it's okay. If it's with you, and if it's okay for you. She said it might revive us, so just keep me in mind. Leave me alone, Steve. I love my husband, and I'm not interested. A few minutes later, Emma, great sermon, isn't it? Yes, Lloyd. What can I do for you? Well, I just thought that, if you ever feel like you need, well, some new experience, you could, maybe call me. My wife said, this is fine. What? Your wife said it was normal. Why did she do it? She's tired of my harassment and said that if you're ready, maybe I'll stop pestering her. What do you think? Not interested, Lloyd. Thursday. We missed you last week, Emma. How was it with Hugh? With Hugh? How the hell did you know about this, Lydia? Oh, Emma, everyone knows about it. How? How did the information leak? Well, you forgot that Sue lives right across from Hugh. She saw you walk into the open front door, and he put his arm around you as he closed the door. She came to the meeting, and to be honest, I'm a little embarrassed about it. But we all stayed late and watched her doorbell video. We saw you come out much later, looking a little tired. Oh my God. Of course, since the wives knew, they told their husbands, who questioned Hugh on the golf course on Saturday, and I think he gave in and told all the details. You may have noticed that after the church service, you were getting a lot of attention. Of course, it seemed like every man in the church proposed to me. Well, it seems that Hugh gave you a high five, and all the men became very interested when their wives brushed off their proposals and sent them to you. How could I be so damn stupid? Somehow I have to make sure Theo doesn't find out. Any ideas? Oh, I think he already knows. Her face filled with panic, and she began to cry. No, no, he can't know. Oh, God, how? He called here around 1:30 last week and asked if he could talk to you. He'd never done that before. Without hesitation, I said you weren't here. Her face contorted in pain, and she began to cry. I was already home by then. Damn, that's why he got drunk. Is Theo drunk? He never drinks. I should have realized it then, but instead I got angry. How could I be so stupid? I love Theo, but I just needed a change. I felt so bad, so old, so ugly, so terrible. Of course, Theo never said. No, no, never. He always flatters me and tells me how wonderful I am. But still, I don't know. I just needed someone else to say that, something to rekindle my desire, someone to tell me I was beautiful and wanted me, at least a little. Well, now you have half the men in your church doing it. How does it work for you? Oh no, what have I done, Lydia? Well, what's done is done. Was Hugh worth it? How was he? Yes, he was great. I loved every second of it. Did he do something that Theo doesn't do when you let him? No, he didn't do anything that Theo doesn't do when I let him, but it was so different, so much more. Because it wasn't Theo, right? It was cheating, it was forbidden, it was new. Well, yeah, I guess. It felt so new and fresh. I felt so naughty. I was so engrossed in sex that the whole world disappeared except the two of us, just like before with Theo. Does that make sense? And that's the point, Emma. Theo is like your favorite chair in the living room. He's always there, you always know he's there, very reliable and very, very comfortable. You don't want to ever get rid of it, and you love that it's there, but deep down you know that a new sofa or coffee table would really liven things up. You know the chair won't match or fit in with the new sofa, but still you buy it. I think it's true. I took him for granted. He was always such a wonderful husband, father, provider, and sex partner. But Hugh was so tempting, so seductive, and he turned out to be so gorgeous. Does that make sense? Totally, Emma. But this sounds like more than a one-time event. I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like I need to do this again. Hugh and I really connected on many levels. I still love Theo, but I can't stop thinking about Hugh. Do you think he'll divorce me? What would you do if you caught Theo with another woman? Oh God, why didn't I think of this before? But this is different. I did it for myself, but I also did it for us. I thought after this, Theo and I would be able to have sex more often. Bullshit, Emma. You know that's not true. You did it for yourself. It's been a week. How many times have you had sex with Theo since Hugh? She lowered her head. Not once. It hurt, and then. That's right. Then you went back to companion mode and just enjoyed sitting in the old chair. Everything else is rationalization, justification for yourself. My prediction, knowing Theo well enough and considering he's an engineer, is that he's already started preparing the paperwork and will never want to touch you again. But we'll see, maybe I'm wrong. Crying. What? No, I don't want this. I don't want a divorce. Damn. What do I do now? Well, I guess I should have thought about this a little earlier before going ahead with it. I wish you had come to me first. We could have discussed this a little. Part of the problem, Emma, is that while you and Theo are the same age as the rest of us, you're both a lot younger than us. Or at least Theo is. We get together every Thursday morning and we all talk about our pain, surgeries, bowel movements, and who died. And you make backhanded comments and talk about how lucky you are. Until a year or so ago, you had a very positive attitude. It was a pleasure to be around you. But then your aura changed and you lost some of your radiance. You were so young and full of life, while most of us are content to sit in the living room, watch TV shows, and wait for the end. Honestly, we were all jealous of you and Theo. That's exactly what Theo said. Smart man, this Theo. We miss life. Tired of the monotony. We want to bring back the feeling, the expectations, that feeling of Christmas morning. Yes, and the feeling of closeness with our spouses. Sex, intimacy, passion. But we think it would take too much effort, and we're so comfortable that we're afraid to try something new. Experiment. Not just sex, but new hobbies, new experiences, new trips, whatever. Damn, look at the knitting that women bring to show off. Same thing, same patterns, nothing new. No new techniques they tried. Damn, we treat each other like worn out but reliable and very comfortable furniture. Like you treat Theo. Companions, not lovers. Damn, that's another thing Theo said. He wanted us to rekindle the fire. Together, travel, do things, try new things, and I betrayed him and cheated on him. Oh, Lydia, I lost him, yeah. I'm starting to panic. After 45 years, I can't imagine life without Theo. Burying her face in her hands, she began to sob and shake. Lydia hugged her. Things will work out, one way or another. Like I said, it's a shame you didn't come here first, so we could talk about a few of these things before you did the deed. We'll all help. You have a lot of friends. Wait, here's the rest of the company. Why don't we all talk about it? Are you ready for this? Later. So you all think Theo is going to divorce me? Head nods. And my only chance might be to confess and explain why I did it. Did I do it for us? Swear I'll never do it again, even though I might want to. And if that doesn't work, try this crazy sex service, open marriage. Describe it as an opportunity for him. A chance for him to try other women? Try something new, something different. and then together we can find our intimacy again, our togetherness. I have to say, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. But what do I have to lose, I guess? And you all agree with this? I mean, Steve, Lloyd, Carl, and John all came up to me after church. In church, of all places, I was scared to death that the pastor would come up and ask what the hell is happening. 48 hours after the deed, and everyone in our area knew. I'll have to move. How can I show up? I'll be known as a local woman of easy virtue, or the local savior and angel of mercy. Remember, some women don't want to ever do this again, but they're afraid that if they don't, their husbands will find another woman or leave, and some are so sick they can't. And some men are widowers and don't remember how to do it. It would make their task easier. And another advantage, no strings attached. Because you do this with everyone, none of the women have to worry about you stealing her husband, right? You don't want to find a new husband, right? No, no way. I don't want to lose what I have. But if I lose, I'll never get married again. Why would I do this? So I can see how I'm going to be very busy. I'm not sure I can handle all of this. But what about Theo? Would either of you want to have sex with him? Head nods. Theo is hot, and he may be 72, but he's in great shape. He's young, energetic. I can't believe you didn't use him to the fullest and were looking for something new. What, he's bad in bed, or what is it? No, Theo is great. He's attentive. The women all nodded in agreement. So why didn't I use it to its fullest? I guess I didn't take advantage of what I had because it was still the same Theo. Familiar, predictable, even if it's wonderful. Crazy, right? No, maybe that's why most of us stopped wanting to have sex. We don't want the same thing, even if we diversify it. We want something new. Something we haven't done before, even if it's still the same sex. But at the same time, we don't want to cheat and risk divorce, especially at our age. A good way to die alone, I guess. Emma's head shot up, and she started crying again. Oh, I'm sorry, Emma. I'm sure everything will work out. So your husbands will be okay with Theo having sex with you? I guess so. Sort of like what's allowed to one is allowed to another. It's still risky. Many men are very territorial, and although they think it's okay to have sex with you, they might not like it if someone else has sex with us. Women are much more practical in these matters. We would take risks. Who knows, maybe they'll like it and come back to us, or maybe they'll decide to move on and look for someone new. Of course, what these idiots forget is that we might like it too and want to move on. And they laughed. I'm afraid that if this doesn't work, you'll all hate me and we won't be friends anymore. And I don't want everyone pointing fingers at me and talking behind my back. Hell, I don't want the pastor to ask me to leave. From church or something. Any thoughts? Tell you what, we could start with the 8 of us, or maybe a few others. If all goes well, among the 8 of us, we know almost everyone in the church. We could sort of poll the wives and get their opinions, but we could try this among ourselves. Then we can discuss this at our next meeting. Sounds like a plan, and I think we can all agree that you should talk to Theo and tell him instead of waiting for him to confront you. Everyone nodded. Emma, depending on what Theo says, you could start with some of our husbands, and maybe we could start with Theo. They all laughed. This will be the hardest part for me. Somehow, for me, having sex with someone else was normal and Theo shouldn't have worried. But just the thought of him in the arms of one of you makes me feel weak and nauseous. She started crying again. I think I understand how he feels. God, what did I do to him? To be honest, I couldn't handle the pain, and I wouldn't be able to forgive him if he cheated. Every time he touched me, I would imagine him with another woman. I should have divorced him. I would just be so broken and so hurt. I have a big, big problem, don't I? Nods and condolences. It was a long, lonely walk home. God, what will I tell him? How will I tell him this? I feel so guilty, so ashamed. But sex with Hugh was so amazing. Proximity? Damn, that's what Theo was talking about. And instead of turning to him for this, I looked elsewhere. What was I thinking? When she walked through the door, Theo was sitting in his favorite chair, his face completely blank. He looked devastated, devoid of emotions. It's broken. Tears flowed. She rushed forward, fell to her knees, and hugged his knees. The words flowed. "Oh, Theo, I'm so sorry for what I did, for how I hurt you. I would do anything to fix it. But I can't. I love you so, so much. I feel so much pain just thinking about what I did to you. I can't imagine how you feel. I'm so, so sorry. Please." She raised her head and looked at his face. Empty. He just looked at her without saying a word. "Theo, please, say something. Say you're angry. Yell at me. Say you hate me. Please say you can forgive me. Say something." He pushed her aside, stood up, and walked to another chair, leaving her on the floor. Well, Emma, was it worth it? Was it worth ruining 45 years for one morning with Hugh? Am I so pathetic, such a loser, that you didn't even give me a chance? Instead of going on vacation and trying to rekindle our fire, you turned to your neighbor and cuckolded me. You couldn't even go out of town to find someone that. Hugh, you chose Hugh, who told everyone on the planet exactly what you two were doing. Hell, in the church, it seemed like every man there was propositioning you, and everyone else was either mocking me behind my back or offering condolences. Oh, Theo, I'm so sorry. I never thought about it. I never imagined. No, you, damn it, didn't think about anything but yourself. So now you're the district woman of easy virtue, and I'm the damn district weakling. Damn cuckolded. That guy who couldn't satisfy his wife, so she turned in desperation for another man, and Hugh, of all people. She was shocked. She had never heard Theo use such language before. Too much pain, too much sadness, disappointment. But it's better than emptiness, perhaps. Theo, I never thought. No, obviously you didn't think about anything at all. How many times have you cheated on me before? Our marriage and our vows of fidelity have been a lie all this time. No, no, you have to believe me. I've never cheated on you before. I never thought about it until last week. I was mad at you for pestering me about sex, and I felt like such a failure, and felt so bad for constantly turning you down. My body was ready, but my mind just couldn't. So now it's my fault for trying to make love to my beautiful wife, for trying to spice up our relationship. Am I so disgusting, Emma? I'm so old, so wrinkled, so disgusting to the touch that you turn to Hugh, who's 60 years old. No, Theo, that's not the point. You're still the wonderful, sexy guy I married. You still look amazing to me. So am I that terrible in bed? Well, I guess we'll never know because we never do it. Did he do all those wonderful things you see in romance novels? Did you feel butterflies, lose track of time, all those things? He hasn't done anything that you and I haven't done before, and he's no better than you at any of it. I'm just the same old Theo. Simple, predictable, reliable, always there. Like a good book on the shelf that you can pick up and read a chapter of, reminiscing about the old days. And Hugh is new. A new car, a place you've never been, a mysterious, forbidden surprise around the corner. I make love to you, and he makes sex. That's the difference, right? Holy shit, he is right. He hit the nail on the head. But I think I need both. I need Hugh to have sex with me and Theo to love me and make love to me. But how can I make it work after creating all the pain I see? Theo, I know it sounds weird, but yes, I did it for myself. It's better not to admit how much I liked it or that I want it more. But, very timidly, I did it for you too. I did it for us too. He got up. Bullshit. What kind of rationalization? I've already had enough. And he started to leave. Theo, please, please don't leave. I know it sounds crazy, but I love you so much. I felt like such a failure, so disappointed because I couldn't give you the intimacy, the sex that you wanted. It got worse and worse until, probably to protect myself, I turned off the desire completely. I felt so old, so ugly, so wrinkled. Everything there is so terrible, I hate it. I didn't understand how you could even want to touch me. How any man could want me. But Emma, I tell you every day how beautiful you are, how special you are. Obviously, Hugh made you feel special. And considering how all the men gathered around you at the after-church reception like flies on, you know that others find you attractive. But I'm still the same old vanilla Theo. Theo, you still look great. Damn, look at yourself and compare yourself to other men our age. You're young, energetic, full of life. Until now. Now I'm old Theo. I'm broken Theo. Thank you for that. And did he rekindle your fires of desire? He did, Theo. And that's why I have to show you how much I love you, and I want us to start making love all the time. I'll never turn you down again. Never. I don't want pity sex, Emma. And I can imagine that if one morning of sex has had this effect on you, you may need additional doses to prevent a relapse. I can never trust you again. Tell me I'm wrong. How does he know all this? I really underestimated Theo. I'm missing. I will die alone without the person I love. Theo, I understand your pain, mistrust, and disappointment. I would have felt the same. I don't know what I was thinking or how I rationalized it, but you are right about everything. But you're wrong about how much I love you. How much I'll miss you if you're not around. Turning my back on all the things we've shared for 45 years. Stop putting this shit on me. You're the one who turned your back, not me. I tried everything to get us fired up again. Make it special, but you just didn't give a damn. Turn on the damn TV and watch the damn reruns of Bonanza, which we have seen 100 times, and remember the good old days. I don't want to sit in the sun and think about the good old days and wait until I get cancer or have a heart attack or just die. Hell, if I wanted to do that, I'd go to the garage and start the damn car right now and inhale exhaust fumes. I want to look to the future, make new memories, be spontaneous, share it with someone. And I can't do that with someone who might be skipping knitting class to have sex with someone else. I understand, Theo, and I would feel the same. I have long dreamed of looking into the future, but I am constantly drawn into the whirlpool of what was. I want to do something new, build something new, and I want to do it with you. Please, Theo, if you can't forgive me, please give me a chance. Please don't make hasty decisions because you're angry or upset. You have every right to do that, of course. I can't imagine that's possible. What if you just think about it for the night and we'll talk about it again tomorrow? 45 years, Theo? Please. Well, at least let's talk again before you make a final decision. Fair? Certainly. Next morning, here, Theo, I made you waffles and opened a bottle of that special maple syrup from the farmer's market. So, have you thought about what we had and what we'll lose? And Theo, if I have to apologize 1,000 times a day or beg for forgiveness, I'll do it. I appreciate your apology, Emma, but it hasn't changed my mind about going our separate ways. But Theo, kids, our kids would be so upset if we split up. I mean, why, half of them are already divorced, and at least one of the others is on shaky ground. You can just tell them I'm an asshole, and they'll feel sorry for you and hate me. Everything will be fine. They never talk to me, only with you. Okay, Theo. Okay. In that case, I have a proposal. The girls and I talked about it and... Great. A bunch of chickens were discussing my problem and what you can do to fix me. Theo never used that kind of language. It's not going so well. Theo, please. Please listen. Listen to me. It may sound crazy, but it makes sense, and I think you might like it. Okay, I've got all your attention. The girls and I have been talking about this all morning. Wonderful. You've all been discussing how good it is to be a cuckold and what a loser I am. No, Theo. Quite the opposite. They think you're hot, and most of them would like to sleep with you. They have the same problem as me, or rather, they did. Their husbands want to have sex. Basically, they would be willing to let their husbands have sex with someone else if they could also have sex with someone new. They all felt, as I did, that it would renew their desire to have sex with their husbands, the starting spark on the path to marital intimacy. What the hell? Are you taking illegal substances at this meeting? Have you traveled to another dimension? To an altered state of reality? No, Theo. They really think it could work. You could have sex with women in the club who want it and whose husbands approve of it. And I'd have sex with men who get permission from their wives. And if everything goes well, they could discuss this idea with friends outside of our group and get their opinion and level of interest. So you and I are moving into an open relationship after 45 years of marriage. Let's organize a sex service for our area. Is this where we are going? No, they are all just crazy. But it might be worth riding this train for a while to see where it all goes before you file for divorce. What do I have to lose? I have already lost everything that is dear to me. And when all this fails, we will move to the other coast. No, Theo. They think it's a necessary service, sort of like friends with benefits, community, or something. She recalled discussions about the knitting circle. I don't know, Emma. I have a bad feeling about this. When I think about women compared to their husbands and their, well, how should I put it, body type, and when I think about their likely interest levels, it seems like I'm getting the short straw. Let me think about it until tomorrow. That night she came close and said, Theo, my fire is burning again. Could we maybe be together tonight? No, I don't think so. Every time I think about us, I see you and Hugh. Theo, I'm so sorry. It didn't have to be like this. It was supposed to be a one-time event that you would never know about, and I would get hot again and have sex with you whenever you wanted. I did it for us. Nonsense. Was this supposed to be a secret? Nonsense. You threw it in my face. You came home like you just slept with the football team. You smell like him. You can't look me in the eyes. And then you go to the shower, and that's the end of it. A week has passed, and you're so fired up that this is the first time you've suggested it. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I don't know what I was thinking. I was really stupid. I've never done anything like this before. I never even thought about it. Please, Theo. Good night, Emma. This is what you did for us. Actually, screw that. I'll go to the guest bedroom to sleep. No, Theo. Please. She turned on her side and cried. Thinking back over the past week, she realized that he hadn't kissed her at all. She kissed him, and he gave a small kiss back, but no kissing, hugging, touching, or any signs of affection. He hadn't joked or laughed with her all week, and it took me a week to notice it. I really treated it like familiar, comfortable furniture. How long have I been like this? God, I was terrible with him. Then she remembered everything they had experienced together and how much she loved him and their life together. Will he ever forgive me? Will he be able to become my husband and lover again? God. As Theo said, I traded everything for morning sex. In the next morning. So, okay, I think I'm ready to try. When does this start? Well, right now, I think. Of course, why not, if you agree? Certainly, it's time to begin. How about some rules? Rules? Certainly. If we're going to run a sex service, or actually a service and potentially service our retirement community, don't you think we need some ground rules? Well, I guess I didn't think about it that far ahead. It seems like you haven't thought about a lot of things. Sorry. Cheap hit. I have a few ideas. In fact, there is a lot to clarify. Remember, misunderstandings lead to anger and big problems. Is it clear? Fine. First of all, we never do this. We never do anything in our house, and especially not in our bed. This should be a protected space so that the unoccupied party can watch TV or something else and not think about what's going on in the bedroom or whether the furniture needs to be washed before sitting on it. Thoughts? Very reasonable. Secondly, as you explained, the spouse, if there is one, should support this and fully agree, right? Right. We don't want any surprises or angry spouses. They are our friends. So if we say the spouse should be the one calling to make the appointment. So if Linda thinks it's okay for you to have sex with Steve, Then she should call you and set up a time and so on. Thoughts? Moreover, wives should call you to arrange everything, and husbands should call me. This does not include widows, widowers, or divorcees, correct? God, Theo, I never thought about it. Good ideas. This way there can be no misunderstanding. Third, we must be unobtrusive to our spouse and to each other. She nodded. To remain unobtrusive and prevent emotional attachments. And since these meetings are supposed to just be physical and a public service, isn't that what you called them? She nodded again. Then they should be one-time events unless the spouse agrees to more. And moreover, I think we should let each other know that we are repeating. So if you're going to do this a second or third time with Steve, then Linda needs to call again, and I need to be notified and agree. What do you think? I think it's reasonable. When did you become a lawyer? I'm an engineer, remember. No unfinished business. Fourthly, I think it should be like a sex service. If one of the guys takes you to dinner, dancing, a hotel, or whatever, they pay. If women sign up with me, they pay. I'm not sure I want to pay for you to have sex with someone else and vice versa. Thoughts? I agree, but there needs to be some flexibility. Agree? Then fifthly, I have a whole bunch of little things. Does the time of day or night matter? How many times a day? What? Well, once your fire really gets going, he said sarcastically, you might want to meet someone in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one more at night. What about overnight stays or heck, weekends or vacations? I think it would threaten spouses, so no restrictions on days of the week or time of day. Overnight stays are at the request of my spouse, and I must notify you. No days off or holidays. Agree? And is it just people from our area and church, or are we open to everyone? I think it should be the neighbors and the church. Do we have to say yes to every request, or can we refuse some invitations? I think we can reject any of them for any reason, but we have to be sensitive to the fact that these are our friends and neighbors, and we don't want to create any animosity. What about protection? I think it's a pretty safe group, so it's optional. Agree. I'm not looking forward to some of the possible requests, I must say, and I might want to wear one. And with that in mind, I would suggest that whenever possible we take a quick shower before returning home to wash off all odors, perfumes, and residues so we don't bring them home. And either party can terminate this agreement without cause and without explanation. Agree. Damn, Theo. You made this a lot harder than I thought. I thought it would be pretty simple. It's a fucking freak show, Emma. There is nothing simple about this. And we both carry our phones and leave them on in case of an emergency or if we need help. And so that I always know where your sorry ass is. Okay, I agree with everything. Give me that stupid paper and I'll sign it. But what about us, Theo? Do we continue to go to church, to events, to the store as a couple? Certainly. What about sex between us? I cannot answer this question. I think you'll be busy enough that you won't want to, but I just don't know. Maybe when there are so many faces that I won't see Hugh again. Theo, I'm sorry this happened. I'm sorry that I hurt you. I just love you so much, and I need you to make love to me, not just have sex. Perhaps we should have thought about this earlier, and we could have discussed it. You are right. There are many things that I should have done, or shouldn't have done it. So, Mr. Social Engineer, when do you want to start a sex service? There is no time like the present. Why don't you send a group email to the knitting group and see what happens? In a few minutes. Oh my God, Theo. It didn't take long. Linda says Steve would like to meet at noon for the day. What do you think? I think it's your idea, so go for it. Right. But Theo, if you'd rather I didn't. We already agreed to the terms, right? So it's okay, Emma. I hope you have fun. It should be interesting. Well, it seems interesting for you too. Lydia would like you to come by today, a little after noon. So I think we should have breakfast and then get ready. Oh no, the thought of Theo actually being with someone else. It hurts. How did we get here? Simple answer. We are here because of me. I spoiled it all. Well, the show must go on. Let's see if this will help bring us back together or just hasten the end. Just before noon, she turned the corner to Steve's house. Linda has already left. I'm so nervous, but also very excited. This arrangement could be very interesting, but I still want to be with you again. Only this time I shouldn't get caught. Hi Emma. I'm not quite sure how this should be. I've done this before, but you're a neighbor. To kiss you or not to kiss you? Where to begin? Damn it, Steve. I've never done anything like this before. My thoughts were that you would treat me like your girlfriend or something like that, and I will try to make you happy, and I hope you will try to make me happy. Plan. Sounds great. I've dreamed about this for a long time, I swear. They had sex. She got up and went to the kitchen to drink something. Well, that sucks. How can Linda stand it? She must really love him. And look at this. Just a little after 12:30. Crap. What should I do now? Looks like we'll have to wait. Emma? Oh God, you were great. I hope I wasn't too rude. You were great too, Steve. Now what? Well, let's do it all over again. It's Stevie's show, so whatever you want is fine. By 2 o'clock, she was already on her way home. Steve was sleeping. Useless. Theo won't have to worry about me being with him twice. I'll just shower at home and have terrible images of Theo and Lydia until he gets home. Oh, what have I done? Meanwhile, at 12:30, Theo was leaving the house to go to Lydia. As always, he preferred to be a little earlier than the exact time. His phone rang. It was Linda. Linda, how are you? Theo, I want to have sex with you. Today? Well, Linda, I'm sorry, but my agreement with Emma is that my spouse will call to make sure we don't have any misunderstandings within the family. Theo, this scoundrel is having sex with your wife. He's terrible in bed, and she'll probably be home by 1:30 or 2. He threatened violence if I didn't agree to let him have sex with her. You know, he suggested it to her at church, right? Yes, I know. I saw him. He had been craving it for a long time, and it was like a kid in a candy store. A dream came true. I asked him to call you, and he didn't. He said that I would be a woman of easy virtue if I had sex with you, and he would not tolerate it. Well, to hell with it. He cheated on me for years. But I stayed with him for the sake of the children, and then out of habit. I was trapped, afraid to leave, but now. This is the last straw. He's in my house, in my bed with your friend, and I will have to change the sheets and see the consequences. Please, Theo, I just need to know that not all men are like him. I've already seen a lawyer and started paperwork, so you won't ruin a happy family. Please, Theo, I don't know who else to turn to. Unfortunately, I'm going to Lydia. I don't know how long I'll stay there. Tomorrow is Friday, so how about we go out to eat? Then, if you want, dance somewhere, and if you still want, we can find a place to end the evening. How do you like it? Oh, Theo, that would be great, and I could plan for Steve to receive the documents on Saturday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll bake you some special cookies as a token of gratitude. Can we start early? For example, you'll pick me up at 5 so we have more time and Steve won't be drunk yet. Sounds like a plan. See you then. Linda, you are a wonderful girl and incredibly beautiful. A lot of guys would be interested in you when you get divorced. Do not worry about it. I have to go, sorry. He went to see Lydia. Hello, Lydia. I'm a little out of control and nervous as hell. Not sure what to expect or where to start. Never been on my bucket list, so help me out a little if you can. She laughed. You're a good guy, Theo. If I were a little younger, I would have thrown you onto that damn carpet before you realized what happened. You'd have to take a taxi home. But don't worry. Since my husband died, I just haven't been interested, although you are very tempting. I said till death do us part, and for better or worse, we were never truly apart. I feel like he's still here with me. So your question is, so why am I here? Well, there are several reasons. First of all, since you just started this crazy idea, I didn't want you to sit at home worrying about it or drown your sorrows in a bar again. Oh, so you know about it. Not the proudest moment of my life. It's just, well, never mind. How did you find out about this? Theo, I'm older than you and most of our friends, and I've become something of a mother confessor. I know a lot of crap about everyone. It's enough to turn your hair gray. Do you see how gray my hair is? This is from everything that was told to me. My life with Mel was boring in comparison, but I loved every second of it. So, how are you? And don't worry, I'm kind of like a confessional. Nothing you say will go anywhere, I promise. That's why people feel like they can talk to me. Nothing will reach your stupid wife. I like her as a friend, but how stupid she is. So how are you? Terrible. I said till death do us part too, but she doesn't seem to mind. So I'm hurt, I'm crushed, I'm depressed, I'm angry as hell. Empty. My life is in ruins. Does this somehow answer your question? And this whole sex thing is just crazy. Yes, that's exactly what I thought. You're an engineer, so I assume everything has already been divided and the paperwork is in process. Damn it, Lydia. You're good, but I'd rather not discuss it. I understand, Theo. There's no reason to trust me, although you might. So why did you agree to this crazy idea? A few reasons. First of all, it was too crazy to refuse. I've never even heard of something like this before. I can't believe there were immediate responses. Damn, I already have a date for tomorrow. Let me guess. Linda, right? Lydia, you are frighteningly perceptive. How did you know? Just a lucky guess. Be careful tomorrow, Theo. Steve drinks a lot and can be violent. He really beat her hard several times. When you pick her up or bring her home, he may become aggressive, so be prepared. He'll be drunk, so you have to deal with it, but don't let him catch you off guard. He is quite big and a fighter. Oh, and please wait a little while or something in case he starts hitting her when you get her home. Understood. Thanks for the warning, but after talking with Linda, I plan to be prepared. Theo, thank you for agreeing to see her. She is a wonderful woman with so much to offer, with so much to give, so many interests. Many of them are the same as yours, you know. For example, she loves hiking and restoring furniture. Give her a chance later. See how it goes tomorrow, but you'll never have to worry about her taking you for granted or cheating on you. And as a bonus, she's a few years younger than you. So mentally and maybe physically, you're on the same level. And you know, Theo, this is probably the main problem between you and Emma, isn't it? There are a lot of physical changes that come with age, but most of us can handle it in ourselves, in our spouses. The problem is that we age at different rates mentally. This causes spouses to distance themselves. Hell, that's why the divorce rate for 65, 75-year-olds is so high. Emma has really aged in the last year or so, lost interest in many things, and left you and myself on the sidelines, right? Yes, I tried everything I could to get it going again. Not just for sex, but also for traveling, going to fairs, whatever. But most of the time she preferred to sit or remember the past. And instead of spicing up her life with me, she chose Hugh. This is already a line that I cannot cross. So, no chance? I doubt. And perhaps. The biggest reason you agreed to this idea was to catch Emma with Hugh again. Tell me I'm wrong if you can. Damn it, Lydia. Are you reading minds or something? Well, actually, I feel things and get images, but she looked like a kid in a candy store even though she was caught. Sorry, but not sorry. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't need anything special. But I'm also a good listener, and people just like to vent in a safe place. So if you ever have questions or don't know which path to take or anything else, I'd love to talk to you, hold your hand, and see what I can see. Agreed? I wish I could have directed Emma before all this, but although I saw it as an opportunity, the suddenness of it took me by surprise. Sorry. Damn, Theo, I like you. You're a wonderful guy. If that old goat spirit weren't hanging around all the time, I think I'd check what's in those pants. turning his face upward. Look, you old goat, you're stopping me from having fun with this guy, but I still love you. I'll see you soon. Now let's have some tea and discuss a few more things. But please think about Linda. Agreed. I always thought she was wonderful. I didn't know what she was going through. She was always silent about it. I think she was ashamed or embarrassed. I think, like most victims, she blamed herself. He got home around 5 and Emma was sitting on the couch watching TV. So, how was your visit with Lydia? Great. I had a very pleasant visit. And no sex, just these Vulcan mental fusions, right? Yes. And how is your day? Well, I was home until 2, if that says anything. All I can say is poor Linda. What's next? Well, Molly called for Carl for tomorrow morning. I don't know about morning activities. As you know, this has never been my favorite. But she has shopping to do, and she will stay until noon or so. So what about you? I'm going on a date with Linda tomorrow night. Can't be. There's no way Steve would call. Are you breaking one of your rules, Mr. Engineer? Yes. She's on the edge. Lydia said it was important for me to do this. But that's why I immediately told you who it was. I'm not hiding anything. Let me throw some bait. I'll probably be back around 11. I understand, Theo. This is the right thing to do. You don't have to worry about me meeting Steve a second time. But now maybe I can see Hugh tomorrow while you're gone. I should ask Theo if he wants to go eat and then do something, but I don't want everything to hurt before Hugh gives it a workout. And besides, he will probably refuse. I'll be right back, Theo. Just need to go to the toilet. Certainly. I'll start cooking dinner. So, let's see. I told her I was leaving. She took her phone and headed to the bathroom and closed the door. We never close the door unless there is a terrible smell. Maybe I should just listen. Whispering, Hugh, Theo leaves tomorrow at 5. Why don't you come over around 5:30 and we can have a couple of hours together? Great. See you then. Emma. I still can't believe it. After 45 years, I think I should just give her my envelope too. What is Linda going to do? Friday. Okay, Emma, I'm going to Linda's. Remember, we have to keep our phones on in case something happens. I'll be back around 11. Good idea, Theo. Say hi to Linda for me. And maybe he will write that he will stay all night. What the hell, Emma? Do you really expect him to stay with her all night so you can be with Hugh? And I don't even feel guilty. I'm full of anticipation. This is definitely not the best way to get your husband back. But it's like when Theo and I first started. When did I lose it? How could I lose this? He tried so hard to maintain his passion, and I treated it like my favorite chair. As Lydia said, what am I doing? I break all the rules. I have to call Hugh and cancel. Crap. Here comes the doorbell. He must have been waiting for Theo to leave. It's too late to cancel now, and I need it. Hugh, come in. Maybe we should go straight to the bedroom and get down to business. When Theo arrived at Linda's house, the police car pulled away. He parked and hurried to the front door. She was sitting on the couch with an ice pack. Linda, are you okay? Do you need to be taken to the hospital or something? Would you do this for me? Certainly, whatever you need. What happened? Well, Steve got drunk early and got mad about his team losing, and then I told him I was going to quit. He started swearing and screaming and then hit me. Before, I always just tolerated it. Steve was Steve, and when I messed up, I got punished. I always thought it was my fault. But it wasn't my fault, Theo. Never been. So the first time I called 911 and the police came. They took a look and took it away. The judge won't be here until Monday, so he'll be there all weekend. But when he comes out, I should have already left by then. He will be served with documents in prison tomorrow. I'll go to one of the children. Theo, I don't know. I just do not know. Somehow I always met losers. And then in college I got pregnant. I was stupid. He married me and I worked and did everything around the house. Children. Children were my whole world. So I talked him into 4. But then they left, and it was just Steve and me. He was minding his own business. Nothing special. Drank with friends or got drunk at home. When something went wrong, anything, it was my fault, and I paid the price. Theo, I was just so lonely. My kids probably think I'm annoying because I call all the time. I have friends here, but no one to love, no one to share things with, to do things together, feel the passion and intimacy again. She looked at him with disbelief in her eyes. Exactly. You're absolutely right, Theo. How? Long story. Are you ready to go? Oh, Theo, I want to go more than anything. But I look terrible. I look ugly. I'm not dressed. You don't have to continue our date. I can't. First of all, you look great. You're a beautiful woman, and a little swelling here and there is no big deal. If that eye closes, we'll buy you an eye patch at Walmart, and you'll say you're a pirate. She laughed. Theo, you're wasting your time. I don't accept no. Go wear something simple, even though you look pretty hot in a t-shirt and shorts. She smiled and winced. Sorry, Linda. Looks like there's no more humor. She smiled. Don't you dare stop. I need to smile, laugh. I never do that with Steve. Not since the kids left. Tears welled up. He hugged her. Everything will be fine, Linda. Everything will work out. Now let me get some more ice for this bag, and you go put on something you like. You'll look great in whatever. But what will people say? They will think. No, we'll just say you had a facelift from a plastic surgeon. She laughed again. Certainly. Me and plastic surgery. Better say it's an accident. She hugged him and kissed him on the cheek. Thank you, Theo. I'll be back in a minute. He cleaned up the mess while he waited. The place was in disarray. 20 minutes later, she came out. Long blonde hair, some makeup to hide the bruises, and a light dress. He stared. Theo, what? Don't you like it? I'll go back and change. She began to cry and turned to leave. He grabbed her hand. No, Linda, no. You look great. I'm sorry if I made you. She kissed him. They hugged. Thank you, Theo. Thanks for taking care of me. Thank you for seeing something valuable in me. We need to go, or I'll drag you back to the bedroom. But I never want to go there again, except to pack my things. I never asked, what kind of food do you like? Oh, I love everything. Burgers and fries are fine. Is it true? Then let's go. Hey, Theo, where are you taking me? This place looks like where you go to get rid of bodies. I know, but it's safe here. I used to come here often, until I didn't. They entered. Can't be. Is this Theo Underwood? It's past. And she hugged him. Too much time, Carla. Carla, this is Linda. Carla hugged her and whispered in her ear. I don't know where Emma is, but take care of this guy. He's one of the best. I'll take care. They quickly ate dinner. The conversation never stopped. They made each other smile and laugh. I'm full, Theo. It's a good thing I'm not wearing pants. I would have to undo a button to breathe. That was wonderful, Theo. I can't believe it's already 8 o'clock. I had so much fun. The fun isn't over yet, Linda. Remember I said dancing. Come on, it's just a few steps away. Is it true? Theo, I'm not very good at dancing. But I'll try. Wait, let me pay for dinner. No, this is my gratitude. I was also pleased. They walked down a few doors and entered another building up the stairs. Theo, this place is incredible, like from a movie or something. The band played Can't Fight the Feeling. Do you want a drink or something? Theo, I don't drink much, and after dinner, damn, I'll fall asleep at one of the tables. But take it if you want. No, I just want to dance with you. He took her hand and led her to the dance floor. He extended his hand to begin the dance pose, inches apart. Thank you, Theo. This is amazing. Possibly the best time of my life. She started crying again. Let's dance, but be patient with me. You will be great. Just relax. Let me guide you. Like this, you're doing great. She pressed herself close to him and whispered, I lost so much time, so much time, so much of your life. Looks like we're in the same boat. What is past is past. It's all about the present and the future. Hey, you're really getting the hang of this. Soon you will be better than me. I have no rhythm at all. But wait, here's a waltz. No, Theo. This is also simple. Just 1, 2, 3 instead of 1, 2. So I step forward, you step back. Then to the side. Right. And then together. Now I step back, my left foot to the side, and back together. Square. We return to the starting position. Are you ready? Now to the music. Great. See, nothing complicated. Now I can step to the side and turn. Then my legs come together. Do you see? You are a natural dancer. I'm doing it. I'm dancing the waltz. Just like in the movies. Thank you, Theo. Thank you, thank you. She kissed him with tears on her cheeks. What's happened? Theo, it was so much fun, and I want to stay, but... And say no if you don't want to. I'll understand. I got a hotel room, and it's almost 9, and according to the rules, you need to be home before 11. So can we go there? Would you make love to me, Theo? If you don't want to, I'll understand. I wish I could. Let's go, now that you've mastered the waltz. She already had the key, so they parked in front of the hotel and went straight to the room. He turned and kissed her. Theo, I need to take a quick shower. I probably smell terrible. Nonsense. You didn't sweat at all. No shower unless you take me with you. Theo, that sounds great, but I'm scared to death that you'll think I'm ugly. I mean, I have 4 kids. I'm in my 60s. And you are beautiful inside and out. Now about these internal ones. She laughed, and he kissed her again. Theo, another. Can you lead me like a waltz or something? Steve was really... Well, I have very little experience, and I want this to be good for both of us. Okay? Of course, but only if you tell me if I'm doing everything right too. Will you feel better with a shower? She nodded. Okay then, but do it quickly, I can't wait. And I'll take a quick shower too. She rushed and came out in a short, almost invisible pajama set. She looked down, embarrassed. Oh my God, Linda, you look great. You are so beautiful. Is it true? Absolutely. I'll be back in 2 minutes, or so. He came back in boxers and a t-shirt. He came up and kissed her. Linda, you smell like me. Sorry, Theo, it's all part of it. You smell great. But they made love. She hugged him tightly and kissed him. Theo, thank you. Never in my wildest dreams did I think this could be like this, and I feel like we're just getting started. Would you? I mean, could you stay the night with me? Let me notify Emma. I'm staying the night. I'll be back tomorrow at noon. Okay? Wait a second, Hugh. I need to check the message from Theo. Okay, Theo. See you at noon. Hugh, we have all night. He won't be back until noon tomorrow. The light from the parking lot turned to daylight, and he woke up. I tried to sneak out of bed and into the bathroom without waking her. Did not work out. She grabbed him and hugged him tightly. Theo, it was the best night of my life. She started crying again. I can't believe it's over, and you'll be gone soon. You'll come home. To Emma, you just made me a much better person, in many respects. Crying again. I spent so much time with Steve. I never knew. I never imagined it. And now you must leave. Thanks for the memory, Theo. I will always remember this night. What if I don't leave? What? Agreement? This whole sex thing is nonsense. You're divorcing Steve. I guarantee that Hugh is in my house right now, so I'm going to divorce Emma. What if we spend more time together and see how it goes? You mean you might want to be with me? Damn, Linda. He really hurt you, didn't he? You are beautiful, smart, funny, alive. You still have that spark, that joy, that passion for life. You have so much to give to others, to the world, and maybe me. Damn it, Theo. I've been drawn to you for years. I always imagined how it could be. But I was married. Have you been married? And Emma is my friend. But now, I can't think of anything I would want more. Hell, if you can do even a fraction of what you did last night to me, I'm definitely yours. Are you sure about this, Theo? Yes. Besides, I love girls who look like Popeye. You know, with that squinty eye. By the way, beautiful colors on your face this morning. Okay, Popeye. She laughed. Theo, I think we can have so much fun together. But are you sure you want to miss out on all those lovely ladies from the knitting club or the whole area? Have you taken a good look at some of these ladies? Many of them are nice people, but downright scary. Kind of like look, but don't touch. She laughed. In 1 hour. Linda, instead of going straight to breakfast, I need to stop by home and give Emma an envelope if she does what I think she's doing. Sure, but how about we stop at the prison on the way and give Steve his envelope? Certainly. He parked on the street and quietly entered the house. He heard a noise from the bedroom and tiptoed to the slightly open door. Oh, Hugh, you are wonderful. That was great. I need a little rest. Well, since it's time for a break. Theo, no, you weren't supposed to be back until noon. I know. Sorry, lost track of time. Hugh, for God's sake, get out. So let's see. The same guy more than once in my house, in my bed. It's just sad, Emma. 45 years, and a few more years before that. 4 children, grandchildren. I would take care of you no matter what. Stroke, heart attack, cancer, Alzheimer's, you name it. If I could, I would make sure you never have to go to a nursing home. But I'm sure Hugh is ready to do it all. Really, Hugh? Are you ready for this? Emma looked at him. Well, no. I mean, it's just a novel. Just sex. So your purpose in life is to hunt widows and troubled wives, and destroy long-term marriages along the way. It must be great to be you, Hugh. It's also quite sad. Get out! Get out of here, Hugh. You are the biggest mistake of my life. He stood up, grabbed his clothes, and turned to Theo. Sorry, Theo. Theo, please, I don't know why I did it. I don't know what came over me. I will never do anything like that again. I will become more cheerful, Theo, crying. I'll do anything. Just please forgive me. Please do not go. I'm begging. Sorry, Emma. I practically begged for a lot of things for almost a decade, and you ignored me. So, it's a little late. Here. He handed her the envelope. Get a lawyer, Emma. I think you'll find that more than fair. You can leave the house and everything in it. It's paid off so you can stay here with your friends. I'll call the kids and just say we took different paths or something like that. If you want to tell them the rest, please do. Sobbing. Theo, please? I can't, Emma. Sorry, maybe if you only did it once. But I felt there would be more. Once I found out, I didn't touch you or tell you I loved you or anything. And I don't think you even noticed. And you didn't do anything special for me. Everything is as usual. A familiar old chair in the living room. So I'm leaving. I'll tell you my address. That was great, Emma. You were a great friend, mother, wife for many years. Think about what you want from the rest of your life. I hope you find happiness, or at least some satisfaction. I'm going to pack a few things and take some of my tools and stuff. I really don't need anything. None of this is important. Just things, you know. Bye. Putting my hands on my face, God, what should I do now? I'll never find a man like Theo. Why? 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 And she cried. Theo went to Linda. Tears are still in his eyes. Why? Why did she do this? Why couldn't she come to life without Hugh? She sat on the sofa, also crying. Oh, Theo, you are crying. It must have been terrible. What can I do to help? I just don't understand why, Linda. Why did she do this? Why, after all this time? I don't have an answer for you, Theo. Why did I marry Steve? Why did I stay with him? Why? 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 I think we're just doing stupid things. It is what it is. I don't know how much time we have, but I'm determined to make the most of it. There is so much to do and see. Peering into him and taking his face in her hands, and if you can do to me even a little bit of what you did last night, well, I'll be the happiest woman in the world. And Theo, if you stay with me, I promise that I will work every day to make you happy and try to keep you young at heart. Let's try. Sounds like a good plan, Linda. She smiled, wiped the tears from her cheek, and kissed him. She hugged him and pulled him close. She kissed his head. Theo, everything will be fine. We'll figure it out. Let's make each other better. If you want, it's just another transition. Some of them, like marriage, were good. Some, like the passing of my last child, were terrible. At least you had many, many good years with Emma, before she got tired of life. Like many women here, my life has been terrible since the kids left. Huge disappointment. I was so scared. I was afraid of change. I was afraid to leave. All the what-ifs just paralyzed me. But now I'm not afraid anymore, Theo. I don't know where I'm going, what I'll do, or how much time I have. But I know that I would like to share it all with you if you want. Think about it. For real. There's nothing to think about. Let's try. Linda, I need to call my kids. I think they'll be pretty upset. I'll be the bad guy, and she'll be the victim. Because you're not going to tell them what really happened. Is it true? They may surprise you. I need to call my people too. I think they'll be happy and say, finally. An hour later. So what, Theo? I'm an ass. Horrible man. I should be ashamed. How could I? After all these years and everything she's done for me, a bunch of scoundrels because two of them are already divorced. Oh, well, what about you? They are delighted. Finally, what's taking so long? Speaking of adventurous, how about living in the mountains of Colorado? We can stay with my daughter. They have a big house. Think about next steps. It's incredible there. Much better than here. It's too hot and there are insects. Sales. What are we waiting for? Let's pack you up and go. Do we need a truck? She shook her head. Only what will fit in the van. And you, Theo, everything else is just stuff. Subscribe to our channel so that your love doesn't cheat on you, and go ahead and listen to the next story, because this story is nothing compared to the next one. If you're under 18, don't even think. Click to the next one. Click to the next one. Click to the next one. Click to the next one.